All right, everyone, we are going to start standing today. So come on up to your feet, and we're going to begin with just kind of brushing off the day. So imagine you just got out of a pool and you don't have a towel, or you're in the shower and you're trying to get every inch of your body with some nice, soft, sweet-smelling soap. Just brush off the day here. Let it go. Maybe even the soles of your feet, just brush it off. And shake it out. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you today. And maybe swaying the arms a little bit forward and back, just releasing in the shoulders. It can be a big motion or a small motion. And maybe a little bit of open and close with the arms, stretching through the back and the chest. I received a request today for hips and a request for side stretching, which just leaves out the whole back body. So I think we're going to do all four corners. We're going to do a 360-degree stretch today. All right, and then pause here for a moment. Just take a couple of breaths. Just observing how you feel. Relaxing through your shoulders, grounding down through your feet, and growing tall through your spine. We are going to start today with a breath practice called Breath of Joy. So this breath is 3 inhales and 1 exhale. Inhale, arms forward and up. Inhale, arms side. Inhale, arms all the way up. And exhale, big fold. Inhale, 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 exhale. Maybe inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So you can join me now and go at your own pace. Doesn't have to match with my movements. Really sucking in that air to fill your lungs all the way. Especially on that final inhale. Let's do just a couple more. And let it go. And pause here for a second. Maybe hands on your hips, just breathe. And just observe if you feel any more invigorated, any more awake, alive. This breath is great to do in the morning. Mornings are very hard for me. I'm a little slow, a little sluggish, and I love this breath just to wake up and start the day with a little more energy. All right, yes, wonderful. Forward folding. So bring your feet to hips width apart. You can keep your hands here on your hips, and we'll just come forward with a flat back. Now, if you have your chair, you might use the chair here. So you can just bring your hands to the base of the chair, walk them forward and release down. Or you could step a little closer and just relax your forehead. If you don't want to use the chair, you don't have to. You can just lower your upper body all the way to your lower body. Reach your hands towards the floor. I do encourage you, however, to not think of this in terms of what can you do. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to. Just because you can do it without the chair doesn't mean there's not some value in trying it with the chair. Just a little different experience. Really letting go here, releasing through your back and your legs. And when you're ready, you can find your way back to standing, rolling up. Maybe inhale your arms in between. Hands hands come down by your sides. So now we'll try a cross-legged version. Cross right foot over left, and you can come down to the floor or to your chair here. So getting a little bit more the outsides of the legs on this version. Letting out a sigh anytime that feels good. So using the chair is a great way to focus the stretch a little more in your legs, where if you remove the chair and you fold forward, you might feel a little more expansion in your back as well. And when you're ready, slowly roll to stand. When you get to the top, unwind. Arms rise and fall. And cross other ankle in front. Come on down. Breathing deeply. Nice smooth breath. Slowly roll to stand. Uncross your feet, arms rise. And fall. Let's just keep this going. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, fall. Take a little freestyle here so your arms can move however feels good. Good morning stretch. Shoulder roll. Just keeping with your breath. Couple more rounds of breath. And then we'll meet with the hands overhead. Clasp one wrist with the other hand, and we'll just do a little side to side. And don't worry, we'll switch. Switch which hand is clasped. See if you can reach up and out. So not just folding and bending here, but really reaching and extending. And then next time you come through center, switch the grip. Matt, I really like your groove you got going. Thank you. Come back to center and release. Take a moment to just let your shoulders soften here. Let it go. Maybe wiggle your fingers. And you can bring your feet together here. We're going to do a little balance challenge as we check in with the hips. So bring the weight to your left foot, and then right foot is going to come in front, and then lift the knee just enough that you can take some circles with the leg. Your knee can be bent here, and really see how far you can go. Maybe getting to that place where you feel that little shake, that little quiver, your muscles are kicking in. And just observe the bounds of your hips. Notice any clicking. Notice any areas where the movement is smooth and areas where the movement is a little bit rough. No judgment, just noticing here so you can be kind to your hips as we practice. And release your foot, other side. Take your time. If you wobble or fall out, no worries. Starting with a balance pose is a great way to just bring the focus in. Last circle. And let it go. Now for some nice hip stretching here. Come to the top of your mat, and if you do want to use a chair, you can bring it right to the front here. We're going to bring the weight to the left foot and step the right foot back for a nice big lunge here, using the chair for support. Now, some people might just want to stay right here. Maybe they already feel some of a stretch. If you'd like, you can also come to high lunge. Nice, strong, straight back leg. Maybe taking the arms to the sky. Some other options for the arms could be cactus or hands at heart center. From here, you can bend and straighten the leg a few times. Maybe you find a place where you think, oh yeah, that feels really good to stretch. You can stay there. And then come back to lunge. Reach forward for your chair and straighten through the front leg. Back leg can stay just where it is or hop it in a little. Some people may already be feeling a stretch, but if you'd like, you can also walk down to your forearms and release down to a forward fold. So in a moment, we're going to start flowing between these two poses. This is a choose your own adventure activity. You can go at your own pace here, maybe following along with me if you'd like. I am going to transition here to lunge, take one big circle. Keep my feet just where they are as I come forward and shift to forward fold. So you can choose if you want to stay in one pose and hang out and breathe, or if you want to flow back and forth, moving with your breath, the music, whatever calls to you here. Whatever you choose though, seeing if you can really experience the transitions between the poses as part of the pose. We build a lot of strength here in between the poses as we transition gracefully. You can try different placements with the hands on the chair. Then if you don't have a chair, maybe you're reaching to the floor. It's a little bit more challenging, but also a great option. As you rise to lunge, pressing into that front heel, we've just got one more round here. Come to forward fold, and next time you're there, you can stay. Hop in the back foot just a little bit here. We're going to take a little revolve twist. So right hand comes to the chair, left hand can come to the hip as you twist open to the side. If it feels like you've got the space, you can also reach your left hand back behind. You can see my hands here wiggling by my hip, and pull your shoulder open. Almost squeezing the shoulder blade back in. Keep your neck long. One more breath here. And unwind. Hands come to the chair and step back for a version of downward dog, pressing your palms into the base of the chair and breathing here. Ears right between your arms, lengthen through your spine, long neck. When you're ready, you can step your right foot forward. Same thing, other side. Coming to your lunge first here. And take your time finding your way to your high lunge. Maybe reaching your arms overhead, or a cactus, or my preference, hands right at heart center, so I can really focus on the hip here. Getting a good stretch. So we're gonna dip the knee, maybe tuck the pelvis a little, scooping in and straighten. This one's great if you've been sitting for a lot of the day, if you've been at work or in a car. Especially if I've been sitting, I like coupling my hip stretches with a little bit of strength as well. So bringing heat and blood flow to the place that we're stretching. And then if you'd like, coming forward for that forward fold. Holding here for a little longer on this first round, and then making your choice how you want to take the next minute or two, flowing between the poses, or picking one where you'd like to hang out for a little bit longer. As you're ready, go for it, moving how feels best for you. Being kind and gentle in between the poses. I really like this one for getting the breath flowing. I got to take an intensive yoga advanced training this weekend. It was 16 hours. I talk about this class in this class a lot, but I do love it. And this weekend was focused on respiration, so the muscles required for breathing. All right, next time you come forward, stay here, straighten the front leg, maybe hop the back foot in just a bit for stability. Left hand comes to the chair, right hand comes to the hip, twist, open. So now that I'm backward, you can see a little better as I slide the hand back and around to open through the right shoulder. So we've been talking about 360-degree stretching, or I mentioned that before. And in my class, we've been talking about the idea of 360-degree breathing. So you can unwind here and step back for a downward dog. So the lungs open and close like a water balloon. Sometimes I think we think of just the belly rising and falling, but the lungs are expanding in all directions. So by stretching and twisting and moving our bodies in different ways, we can open up space, stretch those muscles in the side body and the back body, and allow for greater breath. Take your time coming forward and all the way to standing. Roll your shoulders up and back and pause here. And if you'd like, you can shake it out, let that go. You might feel a little bit of tightness in your calves from being in that position for a little bit, so you can even do a little calf stretch or just move your foot how feels good. And then when you're ready, come to the center of your mat, spread your feet nice and wide, setting up for warrior two. Right toes face out, coming to warrior two on the right side. Bending down however far feels good for you. Knee about over the heel here. So to open through the hips, we're gonna, rather than using the arms right away, just take a moment to really focus on rotating the legs kind of a little bit outward here. Nice and strong through the core. Just a few breaths. And then we can get the double whammy here of the hip opener and the side stretching with a little side angle. So if you'd like to, bring your forearm to your thigh and left arm can reach up and over. Open through the chest here. This one is a real challenge, but can feel really nice as well. And we'll just go back and forth, coming through center, and right arm reaches. Your right leg can stay bent or you can straighten like mine. Move at your own pace here, going between these two poses. Notice if there's one version that you favor, the side angle, or this reverse version here with the right arm reaching, and see if you can just stay in the one you favor least for one extra breath this time. And come back through center, toes face forward, hands come to the hips, deep breath in. Let it go. Other side, left toes turn outward, bend into the left knee. Take a moment here to just focus on opening up through the hips, almost like you're rotating your legs outward. There might not really be a lot of movement, but it's just kind of that subtle, maybe even imaginary, but maybe a little bit of a shift as the hips open up. Check that your knee is over your heel about. And if you'd like, coming to side angle, left forearm comes down, right arm comes up and over. And notice that the upper body is going to want to kind of turn down here. See if you can peel it open. Neck stays long, chin tucked. Gaze can be up or down or straight ahead. And then we'll sweep through center, left arm reaches. Move at your own pace. Okay, last time side angle. And come through center. Toes face forward, hands come to the hips, and just breathe here. Toes pivot to the corners of the mat now. We'll take a little twist, bending down into the legs. So first, another hip opener here. You can use the hands to press the legs out as you come down. Don't worry if you're as low as I am. Some of you might be lower. Just go to a place where you feel, yeah, that's a nice stretch. And then use your right hand to create a little bit of pressure and twist to the left. Leverage is what I meant. Create a little bit of leverage. I love this one. I think it feels so good in my upper back and shoulder. Not sure if everyone else does, but I'd love to hear if you do. And back to center. Take a breath. And other side. And back to center. Straighten through your legs and heel toe together. Okay, great job everyone. That was a great little strength challenge. Hopefully your breath is moving a little bit more fluidly now. You can move your chair out of the way. Grab a sip of water if you have one. Give yourself a breather. Sure, I'll grab a sip of water, why not? Okay, come to the front of your mat here, hands at heart center. Feel yourself grounding down through your feet, rising tall. Relax your shoulders. On your inhale, big, slow sweep to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, and come right to downward dog. Let's just pause here for a few breaths. Hips reaching high, upper body melting towards the lower body, neck and head relaxed. From here, bring the big toes together to touch. Ground down through your left foot. Right foot reaches to the sky. Bend your knee, and then you can stack your hips here, stretching your right foot back towards the left side. Shoulders are going to want to twist here. Little twist is okay as long as you feel stable still. The weight is even between both hands. Come back to center. Shift forward to plank, hug your right knee in. Don't worry, we're not gonna do too many of these. Hang in there. One more time. Three-legged dog. And this time, come all the way forward for pigeon. So in pigeon, if you've been to a traditional yoga class, a lot of times you probably heard shin parallel and hips square. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, it's one or the other. I can do shin parallel, or I can do foot tucked and hips square. But I found that both versions have great benefit. The stretch is just a little different. So you choose what feels good for you. Be kind and gentle with yourself. And once you figure out where you want to be, just settle in and breathe. Just letting go here, giving yourself a quiet moment. If your mind has wandered, hey, no worries, just bring it back. See if you can envision yourself as the observer of the thoughts, but not the thoughts themselves. As thoughts come across your mind, can you observe them as, a thought? And just let it go without attaching story or without having to continue it all the way through. Just a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, you can walk your way back up. Take your time shifting to downward dog. You might want to come to all fours for a minute first. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips high. I'm going to walk forward so I don't kick my lamp here. There we go, a little dog walk. Bring the toes together to touch. Ground down through your right heel and left foot, oh hello, reaches to the sky. Bend your knee and open that hip wide, reaching the foot back behind you. Trying to keep the shoulders square-ish, but no biggie if they're a little bit crooked. As long as you're even between the hands as much as you can. Come back to center. Shift forward for plank, hug the knee in. Reach to three-legged dog. And pigeon. And just checking in, where is your mind? Are your thoughts in a helpful place or an unhelpful place? Or maybe they're somewhere neutral. When you're ready, you can walk your way back up. Slide your left foot back. We're going to come to puppy dog pose. Walk the hands forward. Chest reaches towards the floor. Forehead touches down. And then sliding all the way back for child's pose, any version that you'd like. Breathing into your backside, filling your back with breath. Slowly roll your way back up. You can stay oriented where you are. I'll shift so I can demonstrate this next pose a little better. So we're going to come to kneeling, and if this is uncomfortable on the knees, you can fold the mat for extra padding. Left foot comes out to the side, and right hand reaches down. You can come all the way to your palm or make a fist here if that feels better on your wrist. We're just going to take some big circles here with the arm. They can stay here in just one plane, or you can really Be creative, reaching back. And as you reach back, you can press the hips forward, getting a little bit of a hip opener as you get a side stretch here. The ribs are elastic, not static. Let them gently open and close. And when you're ready, using the strength of your core here, take your time to come through center, and we'll reverse it. And even here in this one, you can take a little circle and back to center. And we'll just switch sides. All right, from here, right leg is out and left hand touches down. Arm can come straight up and maybe trying out those circles on the other side. So I love getting requests for class. It always helps me, gives me inspiration for planning. If you have a request for next week or just a class you'd like to see in general, let me know. Okay, next time come through center and we'll reverse it. And maybe taking a little circle any which way. To center. From here, come down to your hands just so you can cross. Right knee comes behind left. So I'm going to show that again from a different angle. So I'm in all fours here, and my right knee is going to come behind my left knee. Okay, and then from here, and if you know that this isn't boding well for you, you can grab a pillow, a blanket, a block, whatever you have. So right knee comes behind left, and then I'll just demonstrate here using the block, sit back. So feet can come out a little bit here, knees approximately stacked. I guess all black isn't a very helpful color for seeing exactly what's going on here, but just feel into it. And you can even use your hands here to press your thumbs into your feet to get a little double whammy of a stretch and a massage. So this pose is called Gomukasana, or cow's face pose. And it does have a second part to it, which is an arm stretch. So if your back feels nice and long and strong here, you can move on to the arm stretch. So essentially it's just this, this old gym class stretch where we're reaching the hand to the upper back. Although full cow face pose, you reach your left hand around and grab for your fingers. You can use a strap here or a sock or whatever you have, but for right now, since I didn't remind you to grab a prop, you can just do the previous version I showed or just stay with the legs. If you are in cow's face with the arms, notice what's going on with your spine. See if you can stay long. And then notice how your breath changes here. See if you can come back to that smooth breath, even in this awkward, kind of strange pose. When you're ready, slowly unwind. Be gentle. This one can be kind of sticky. All right, nice. release. Let it go. And then you can come forward, uncross the legs. And we'll do the other side. So now left knee comes behind right. Sit back once more. And I've gone a little crooked here. So just realign, stacking the knees one on top of the other. And first, if you'd like, oh yeah, and the calf muscle can get a little in the way, so you can adjust that too. Thumbs come to the soles of the feet and just a gentle press, press, press. And if you liked it on the other side or you want to try it on this side, coming back to that arm stretch, first growing tall and long, and then left elbow to the sky. And maybe reaching your hand back, but noticing it might be different on this side. And observing here if your head is needing to come all the way forward, might not be the one for you today. Just observe where your mind goes in this maybe uncomfortable pose. And slowly unwind. My teacher often says, it's not how we hold the poses, but how we hold the mind in the poses. So these kind of awkward, maybe less favorite poses are a really good chance to practice that. All right, unwind here. Keep your block handy in case you want it for the next one. I'm going to remove it for now. And we're just gonna bring the soles together here for Badakanasana or cobbler's pose. If your toes are getting cold, you might clasp your hands around them, just bringing a little warmth and love to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes here. Stay long through the spine. You can close your eyes here if you want. And just take a few meditative breaths. We're going to come all the way down to the floor, so you might grab your socks or another layer if you'd like. I certainly am going to layer up being down in the basement. So we have just a couple more feel-good stretches, and then I am going to invite you to come on a little nature journey with me through a wonderful forest experience. So, come all the way down to lying on your back. And once you get there, you can hug your knees into your chest and just take a few breaths here. Chin tucked, almost like you're trying to get a double chin here. There we go, I got mine. From here, you can extend your left leg out long. Keep your right knee hugged in. We didn't do too much arm strengthening today, so if you'd like, you can turn your biceps on here and really pull the leg in closer. right, we're going to transition to a pretty deep twist. If you don't feel quite warmed up for this, or you know that deep twists are something you usually use a modification for, you might just try a different version of a twist that you like, or use a pillow here. But if you'd like to give it a try, we're going to take the leg in the left hand, right arm opens wide. From here, you can adjust hips a little to the right, and then guide that right knee all the way over to the left. So getting a stretch and opening through the chest and shoulder here, and then all the way through the back, especially the middle and lower back. And once you get there, just breathing. You can close your eyes. Gaze can be wherever you like it. For me, it's plenty of twisting. I'm gonna just keep my head in the direction that feels most natural. A lot of people like to turn the head to the right for kind of a triple twist here. See if you can really just let go at an even deeper layer here. Trusting the ground to catch you. And maybe even bringing a little smile to your face in this twist. Twists are very detoxifying. Is there anything you want to detoxify from your life? As you're ready, moving mindfully and slowly back to center. Knees in between to balance out. Maybe even a little rock side to side. And this time, left leg hugs in, right leg comes out long. Maybe coming back to engaging the biceps here. Keep the chin tucked and breathe. Ready, coming to that same twist or any version of a twist on the other side. Take your time coming back to center. any final movements that feel good for you, and then come to your resting pose, Savasana. Any version of a resting pose that you'd like. You can put a blanket over your eyes, or a cloth, or a blanket over your body, whatever you like. And of course, adding another layer if you're someplace chilly. Once you find your comfortable position, close your eyes. I invite you to come with me on a journey into nature. Imagine yourself lying gently on the forest floor. There's a soft, clean blanket underneath you and a gentle clearing where you can rest comfortably. This can be any type of forest where you have positive memories or positive feelings, any type of trees that you like. As you lie here, perhaps above you is a canopy of trees, tall and soaring. They're so high, they touch the blue, clear sky. You can see just a few fluffy white clouds moving, creating shapes above you, held there by the bright and cheerful robin's egg blue of the sky. The sun is warm so that when it touches the ground and the trees, you can smell the nourishing soil and tree bark around you. Take a breath now, just feeling that clean air move in and out of your lungs. That clean, natural air brings healing and nourishment to every cell in your body. You hear the rustling of a gentle breeze. You hear the sounds of birds. The forest around you alive. You are in a safe place. This is a safe forest. But you know you are not alone as life and creatures surround you. You feel connected both to the ground beneath you and all of the life around you, plant life, animal life, rocks and minerals, even the soil alive. Bunny rabbits hop and crawl around you, snacking on some nourishing leafy greens. And one bunny rabbit hops over right beside you and rests itself in a patch of sunlight. as you sit here or lie here connected with this creature, this kind and gentle spirit, you realize it is okay to let go. You realize the importance of being present in this moment. Your priorities are suddenly so clear. And in this moment, you prioritize being here in your body. You prioritize tuning into your senses, the sounds, the smells, the feelings. This bunny rabbit has no knowledge of your life, your mistakes, your goals, your aspirations. This bunny rabbit is just enjoying your presence, sharing love. And in the presence of this creature, you too can find forgiveness, can let go, and can allow yourself the feeling of true love, self-love. You are enough. You are a part of nature, not separate. You are worthy of the sunshine. It shines for you along with all of the other creatures, plants, and animals. You are worthy of the beautiful smells around you. In fact, the trees and the soil are pleased that you enjoy. Pleased that you enjoy yourself and can experience them as they experience you. Although you can't stay here forever, the sun will set and you'll want to find your way home to a cozy night's sleep. You can keep with you this sense of connectedness. And you can remember when you are in nature or even in your own home or anywhere at all, remember to experience everything around you and believe that the world around you experiences you as well. You don't have to do anything, to say anything, or to be anyone. Just by living, by breathing, you exchange with the trees. You receive from the sun, and you give to the earth. As we enter or exit this Earth month, may we take joyously that which the earth gives freely. that which can be replenished. And let's take sparingly of that which cannot be replenished. May we give as much as we take, and may we be mindful when we take what we need. As you're ready, you can roll to one side and take your time coming up to seated. Bring your hands to heart center, palms gently pressing into each other. Take a deep breath in and out. Thank you so very, very much for practicing with me tonight and for coming with me on this journey. Have a great night. Namaste. Right, and thanks to Matt for the wonderful sounds. I'll see everyone next week, and of course, I love to hear from you in between. So let me know how you liked class or what you want to see next week, or just say hello. Let me know what you're planning in your garden or what you're up to lately. All right, signing off. Have a good night.